Man, I remember when things started first getting crazy in my area, the first thing I did was just grab as much stuff I could out of my office to bring home. I knew I was gonna have to be working from home for a while. Had no idea to what extent that was gonna be. I figured anything that I would need going forward, I would just order off Amazon. Trying to order one of these things off of Amazon right now is up to a month or more because they've cut off all quick shipping for non-essential items. When going out and leaving your home and going out into the public to try to find a hard drive probably isn't in your best interest or anyone else's interest for that matter. So what do you do? Because I'm sure that you are probably in the same situation. Well, I'm gonna show you today what you can do to free up a ton. I'm talking gigs and gigs and gigs, possibly even terabytes of free space on existing hard drives that you have laying around without deleting any raw footage or projects or anything like that, keeping everything intact so you can keep working. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, just in case you don't know how to see how much space you have in your hard drive, is once your hard drive is plugged in, just go up here, click on your top little apple up here, click About This Mac, and go over here to where it says Storage. Now I still have 258 gig left, which is okay, but anytime you're working with any 4K footage or even 1080 footage, and it's a large project, that's gonna get eaten up super, super quick. Now once you open up your hard drive, you're just gonna navigate to any Final Cut library, it doesn't matter. Just choose whichever one is on top. Now you're not gonna open it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna select it, right click, and click Show Package Contents.
Ooh la la.
Each one of these folders you see in here is actually an event. When you're creating your video, and let's say you have 5 different events, you're gonna have a folder for each one of those. What we're gonna do is click into one of these, and this is what we're looking for. So we have our original media folder. Obviously that's something we don't wanna touch. That's the original media that you imported. But the render files, that is where we can go and play. So we're gonna click on render files, and in here you'll see high quality media, peaks data, and thumbnail media. All of that is just the rendered files. Now that is why it takes so long for things to render when you're in the middle of a project, because it's actually creating new files, which can be massive. You can delete them. You don't need them. If this is a project that you're no longer working on, then you don't need these files. And anytime you go back into your project, if you need to work on this project again, you can always just click render and it'll build these files again. The great thing about this is you can delete all of these files and still access your project and it not look completely borked and give you that red screen of doom. So here's my first event. This is intro. I'm gonna go into render files. Let's just see how big this folder is. Okay, 28 gigabytes. That's pretty good, that's substantial. Now let's go down to our reshoot and see what we have. Render files. Woo! 178 gigs. That's substantial. 178 plus the 21 over there. So we're basically looking at 200 gigs here just in files that are non-essential. We don't need them. We can get rid of them and it won't make a bit of difference. And we'll do the exact same thing with this transcoded media. And that's where you're going to have any of your high quality media like optimized media and your proxy media. If you're not working on this project, none of these files matter. So let's just see how big this folder is. And that's 26 gigs right there, just in this one folder. So we're gonna go through and delete those as well. Let's go ahead and see how much space I can free up on here. Okay, the next thing to do is to make sure we actually empty it from the trash can, make sure Final Cut Pro is closed. This is always a really scary part, no matter what you're doing. Now going back. All right, so let's see how much space we freed up. Moment of truth. Wow. Wow. We went from 285, now we have 1.5 terabytes left. That is an insane amount of space that we just freed up. Now, for some reason, you do have to go back and work in this library again. All you need to do is render out those files again, and you're right back where you started. And technically, this is really how you should be archiving your old videos anyway and moving them to other hard drives so they take up less space and you're not clogging up your working daily hard drive. Super important, especially if you are an editor on the move, like, well, most YouTube editors are. These are really weird times we're in right now, and creators, You're needed more than ever. We are needed more than ever right now to be able to continue to create inspiring and uplifting, truthful, and educational content for people moving forward once we get out of this weird world situation that we're in right now. But we are needed desperately. So hopefully the stuff that I'm showing you here can keep you moving even in these weird times when something like a hard drive is a hard thing to get. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.